Hello, Beatle friends, and hello to everybody else watching. Great to see you all today. Welcome to a very special Paul McCartney birthday video. In this video, I'm going to read you some of Paul McCartney's poetry taken from this book, Blackbird Singing, Poems and Lyrics, 1965 to 1999. I showed you this book in my previous video, along with the other three Beatles autographs in this book. It was signed by Paul McCartney. I went through this book and I selected 6 poems that I would like to read for you all for this Paul McCartney birthday tribute video. I'm not going to read you any of the songs because we all know and love the songs that are in here. You know, there's Blackbird right there. And then you see Blackbird again, and you see the lyrics of all the other songs that Paul has recorded. So I'm only going to focus on the poetry. I have selected 6 poems that I'm going to read for this special Paul McCartney birthday tribute video. All of these poems were written by Paul. So hope you enjoy my poetry reading for this video. And let's begin. The first selected Paul McCartney poem I'm going to read is Midst the Mine. Mist the mine over, with damp's foggy dew, slide like a tidal wave, over the rock and drowning in merriment. Tell me I am not alone. Hum through the carpet, nudge in the undergrowth, call out the bad names to curse every midget might. Spin me a reverie to crack me up. And helpless with laughter, drop down the mount, a highland waterfall searching for love. The next selected Paul McCartney poem I'm going to read is Ivan. 2 doors open on the 18th of June. 2 babies born on the same day in Liverpool. One was Ivan, the other me. We met in adolescence and did the deeds they dared us do. Jive with Ive, the ace on the bass. He introduced to me at Wooten Feet, a pal or two, and so we did. A classic scholar, he a rock and roller me. As firm as friends could be. Cranlock Naval, Cranlock Pie, a tear is rolling down my eye. On the 16th of August, 1993. One door closed. Bye-bye, Ivy. The next selected Paul McCartney poem I'm going to read is The Jerk of All Jerks. Paul wrote this poem about the mother effer that murdered John Lennon. Before I read you the poem, here's a quick look at the John Lennon autograph photo with the reproduction, restoring the light signature. Alright, now to read you The Jerk of All Jerks. I'm a motorist that quite likes a drink when he drives, who causes the loss of innocent lives. I'm the guy with the pistol who kills your best friend. You can't really blame me, 'cause I'm round the bend. Hello, how are you? I'm Jerk of All Jerks. I'm here to undo all your charitable works. I do it quite simply by making mistakes, and one little boo-boo is all that it takes. And you're at the mercy of Jerk of All Jerks. I'm the man that disposes of nuclear waste. There's no need to worry, it's perfectly safe. In fact, there is now every reason to hope that if anything happens, I'll easily cope. Hello, how are you? I'm Jerk of All Jerks. I'm the leader who says, as he wages his war, that the children are not ones that he's aiming for. Hello, how are you? I'm Jerk of All Jerks. That was The Jerk of All Jerks. The next selected Paul McCartney poem I'm going to read is a pretty long poem. It's called Chasing a Cherry. Fragile fragments clattering down the lavish marble staircase, tinkling smithereens, smashing, grabbing at china stars, bursting in clusters, scattering east side cats. Credit cards drop in from rain clouds pour down on the well-polished floor. Tortoise shell hair combs and black tape cassettes rattle the cages of knife-wielding grandames. And say, are you chasing a cherry, the merry-go-round of the roses? If so, you must know that the downside is to sink like a ferry. Ascending the slope, in herringbone fashion, holding on chromium steel, lifting the barbells with candlestick motion, sidestepping hot wax and wheel. Flying with lizards, all blown in a gust, through stained glass, windows and covered with dust blood to keep out the rain. And say, are you chasing the cherry, the merry-go-round of the roses? If so, you must know that the downside is to sink like a fairy. A weapon is not worth a button. When anti-world matters explode and chandeliers drop from the ceiling with sharpshooter's skill. Exhausted collapse, in the playground apocalyptic remains. And froth at the mouth, like a river, till teachers in apple pie beds reach out chalk-filled hands and lift. And say, are you chasing the cherry, the singular red one on top? It gleams with particular pleasure. That may never stop. If so, you must know that the high tide has sunk like a ferry. The next selected Paul McCartney poem I'm going to read is Mossus Masur. So Japanese Mossus. Lie me on a towel and work me till I'm loose. Hold my hand and sing me yesterday. Lie Argentinian Mossus beside me on the floor and work me till I'm loose. Making moaning noises, we'll play girls and boys. Is anyone at home? Oh, you New Orleans Masur. Lie me on the table and work me till I'm loose. Imagine my leg is hollow bronze, my neck like a giraffe, and I will burn a hole in your eyes till someone comes to blow the candle out. The sixth selected Paul McCartney poem I'm going to read is called Not On. Not On is actually a Paul McCartney song which remained unreleased until the Pipes of Peace archive reissue back in 2015. The unreleased demo recording was one of the bonus tracks on the companion disc of the Pipes of Peace reissue. And the lyrics are the same in that recording. And even though this is a song, I am going to read you the song here. So enjoy. Take your hand off my knee, young man, said the lady in green. I don't care to come between you and your young woman. It's just not done. Couldn't we pass up? Couldn't we fold? Aren't certain stories best left untold? Some things like buttons are best left undone. It's not on. Arnie Pipe was a normal type, with an average job. Though his prospects will never be great, his bosses underestimate his value. Arnie says, Irene's his fiancée and would hate to disagree, but the company she thinks is fair. Arnie never does get anywhere. The company owns his underwear. Clean and well paid for. Take your feet off my desk, young man, said the chauffeur in gray. My green woman has been to see me. She's retreating from your advance. It just isn't done. Couldn't you join us? When can you start? Up as a driver, looking the part. Hang on, says Arnie. Couldn't we pass up? Couldn't we fold? Aren't certain stories best left untold? Some things like buttons are best left undone. It's not on. That's 6 of the selected Paul McCartney poems I've read for this special Paul McCartney birthday video. I want to read you just one more poem as a bonus. It's called Day with George. Paul wrote this poem about George Martin. You have had your white hair cut. Your son resembles you closely. Memories slip across the even landscape. Gauntlets of close-packed road cones heading for the cool zone. Hearing less, you still make plans to set the fiddle flying. Voice colliding, notions stride, and stream bareback towards their home. Let us eat our meal, near sunlight, with white polyestrin, apple juice, brown slices, and small packets of butter wrapped in gold. And that's the end of the poem right there. And that concludes this special Paul McCartney poetry reading video for his birthday today. I want to say thank you all for taking the time to watch this video and listen to me read through some of Paul McCartney's poems from this book. And I want to end this video by saying Happy birthday, Paul McCartney, 78 years old. I love you, man. I'm glad you're hanging in there, and hope to see you in concert after the pandemic is through. Please, Paul, stay safe. You and your family stay safe, and your friends too. And take care. Thank you for watching.